I could go about doing well in my business, or I could do something really funny. What is up, everybody? The Red Wolf here today, and this time I'm not doing part three, at least not yet, because right now I want to discuss what happened in the trailer of Code Vein 2 that we saw some time ago. But this time I'm not going to be talking alone. I'm joined here by none other than my good friend and rival, Nez. And yeah, right now we're just going to be giving our thoughts and predictions and the stuff we would want to see in the game if it does come out. So yeah, um, so so for, yeah, so yeah, so for starters, we're gonna to start. We're just gonna give like our thoughts after we watch the trailer. So you want to start us off, and because I kind of already like gave my initial reaction when I saw the trailer. I lost my shit, and yeah, what were your personal thoughts when you saw the trailer?
So for me, priority, a little bit of a story before I talk about my thoughts.
Yeah,
When the Summer Games Fest was going on,
yeah.
I can't even reach it. It was going on, and I was barely on my way home from work. And I was waiting to watch it because I knew there was a lot. It was already starting, like an hour before I had to leave. And so I was gonna watch it with another friend of mine. But I'm on the way home, I got a notification from YouTube, like from the SGF, saying like, "Oh, Code Vein 2 trailer," and I lost my shit at that moment. Just from that announcement alone, I lost my shit.
No, I'm not gonna.
I couldn't even hold back. I really wanted to watch, the game show just to watch that trailer.
Yeah, I'm not
I
gonna lie
didn't
to you.
even watch it. I still waited because my friend was like, "No, don't like, shut up, don't say anything about it right now."
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. That was basically my initial reaction. I was like on my way to eat something, and then I was just scrolling through. I was just scrolling through my feed, and then little did I know, I saw like the Code Vein 2 trailer, the Code Vein 2 thumbnail, and I was like, this has to be bait. But then I like had a good look at it. Like, oh my god! I was literally trying to contain myself from screaming. I was, like I did not want to make a scene because my mom was right next to me, and we were at the restaurant. I was still looking at the thumbnail, and yeah,
So yeah, basically my initial thoughts from just the trailer alone. It's interesting how it seems like Gold Blood is probably gonna be,
Gold Blood. Yeah, I was
the
gonna
main
say.
focus, I guess.
Yeah, so
This game basically just uses regular blood, but Gold Blood is what's being shown mostly with
okay, yeah.
And that other
Yeah, we should probably. Yeah, we have not seen this kind of horrors before, so I'm assuming. Yeah, and from the video that you sent me some time ago, yes, Nez sent me a video showing like some information of Code Vein 2, and
basically like an offhand experience. Oh my god, I'm dead. There's an offhand experience that
yeah,
some journalists got, where they saw gameplay and such. We're getting talks with the developers about the game. Oh damn it! No. And that's where they had brought up the information you mentioned.
yeah. So yeah, I'm assuming from the trailer, well, that this does not take place within the Red Mist like Code Vein 1 does. It just takes place in a different place entirely. So I'm assuming we're not going to be seeing Louis. We're not going to be seeing Yakumo or any of the main cast of characters that we've seen in the first game. So
possibly no ties to God here as well.
Yeah, I yeah, I'm a little bummed it's not exactly a sequel, but I'm still hyped the other way. Like it's something completely fresh, completely unique. Aye.
I am
Now,
interested to see it,
yeah.
but there's
So
always the possibility that they're just keeping it secret for now.
I, honestly, I'm hyped either way. This and anyways, that was our initial thoughts when we saw the trailer. Now, I want to know, what are your predictions? And what are stuff? Well, let's start with our predictions first. Let's hear yours first, and what you think we will see in this new game.
Before we go in, I don't think I can focus if we fight the boss. Um, well, what do you mean by predictions? Like what's gonna happen, or
Yeah, like yeah. What do you think is like going on, or what do you think is going to happen? Like from what we saw, what we've seen in like the trailer, I feel like well, I guess we already gave our predictions when we said that like we are not going to be seeing the main cast of characters, and
well, if we're gonna talk about connections to God Vein One, I think it is possible that they're keeping the door open for it to still be connected in some way,
well, I
because
mean,
maybe
yeah.
this is a different area, or remember, this is also all in the future. We're gonna be dealing with time from the future and the past, and some other world-ending event basically happened. And I think it's tied to that tower that we see at
I
like the
mean,
start of
yeah,
the
yeah,
trailer with
yeah.
that big ball around it.
Yeah,
And
I'm not doubting that is going to be connected to Code Vein One, and yeah, that little ball thing that we saw in the trailer,
the tower,
that's yeah, the tower.
because we see that there's an enemy that comes out of it. I don't know if it's
Yeah.
going to be the main big bad of the game, or if it's just one significant enemy from within the game. But it could be
Hmm.
that like maybe there was some experiment once again that went horribly wrong the same way for Code 1,
Hmm.
where they experimented on the queen, and she basically got uh, she basically caused a lot of havoc, where they needed to have the successors just to keep her dead, basically.
Honestly, I kind of disagree because back in Code Vein One, yes, when we were introduced to the Queen and stuff, the whole different concept about the whole concept about revenants is completely different than what we saw in Code Vein Two, and
Well, there's still revenants, and that is true that we don't know exactly what kind of revenants they are in Code Vein 2. If it's
yeah,
just like
and or
it's
what kind of
obviously still the
horrors?
same
What kind
vampire
of
type,
yeah,
because the Lost do still exist, but there's
yeah, the lost.
also these horrors that they're gonna fight now are different from Code Vein 1. Because
Yeah,
remember how Code Vein
when
1,
I saw those kind of horrors, I was like, what the heck happened to their faces? What?
I am interested. Oh, like enemy design. I'm hoping maybe this is a little too soon to start talking actually. So
Yeah, what's up?
yeah, that's what I'm thinking is that basically there was probably another experimentation gone wrong. Maybe it could have had something to do with figuring out a cure once again about these horrors,
Yeah, I
and it
agree
ended
with
up
you. I
breeding
I
something
agree with you on that.
worse.
But yeah, I agree with you on that. Although I can't
Oh, you
say
jumped
it.
down.
Yeah, my bad. I can't say like there's like a when it comes to like another experience. Considering that this is like in a completely different area, completely, I don't think it's connected to the failed experiments that we've seen in Code Vein One.
Well, obviously no, it's something else. It probably doesn't have anything to do with revenants. And they're supposedly been talking about like the revenants and humans coexisting, and something about revenants having saved the world, like the
Yeah.
world. So who knows what exactly they saved the world from?
Then there was even a similar discussion talked about in God Eater, but we all know how that goes.
Yeah, watch it.
Yeah, watch it. Anyways, yeah, those are like our predictions. So, and anyways, we can get into like
what we
what
hope for the game.
what we want for the game and what we would like to see added to the game.
Well, for me, one of the things that I was thinking of is like more customization options. From what they've been saying in like press releases and such, they're saying that they're gonna expand upon customization options and even expand upon like the character creator, which I do hope that's another thing they do. 'Cause I do love creating characters.
Yeah, I love creating characters. No question about that.
Because that's the one thing about this game that I honestly feel is lacking. Like, when it comes to making the facial structures and maybe like hairstyles and such, there's plenty of options. There's plenty of options for that. However, when it comes to clothing, this game really doesn't have that much in terms of like that again. It doesn't have much in terms of clothing for this game.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. Like the customization is good, but can definitely be better. Can definitely be better if they put the effort into it.
Yeah, like I also hope that they allow us to change different parts of like clothing for the body. So if you change the top or you change the gloves separately, you change the bottoms separately, shoes separately, you know, all that sort of thing. I hope they allow that freedom of customization for clothing.
Yes, absolutely. And yeah, and allow us to like I don't want to get too weird here, but change the body type kind of.
So you
You
mean
know
like?
what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
I get what you're trying to say.
Yeah, I didn't want to get weird, guys, but you guys know what I mean. We love our fan service. Anyways, I sent the distress signal. And well, anyways, my personal thing I hope they add to the game, which I don't know if it's really confirmed in the trailer, but judging from like how we're seeing our character riding on a motorcycle, I hope it's an open
I'm
world kind
hoping
of.
there is some more exploration. That would be fun. I think
Yeah.
it might be a bit more open. It's not going to be open world, I think they said. Maybe not.
But
I don't think it's going to be open world. It's going to be more open areas.
okay. I'll be right back. I'll be right back, guys. Pause the video. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Okay, where was I?
What happened?
Yeah, like I said, I hope this new game is more like open world. So, yeah. kind of
Wait,
like
so
Elden Ring. Um, was there something else that I wanted added to the game? Oh yeah, I can definitely say this, but I think it's pretty confirmed that they're already adding into the game better combat and because don't get me wrong.
More fast paced, and that's something that Code Vein 1 is still. Like, it is more fast paced than normally when it comes to Souls-like games and such. Even I noticed that.
Yeah, but it looks like Code Vein is even faster. Code Vein 2 looks even faster.
It does. I think it does. And it looks like you probably have some more options in terms of playstyles. I did see like there's a moment where the MC pulls out like a shield, sorta.
Yeah, so the parry system looks. Oh, sorry about that. The parry system is much different now. So it does not make you.
It is a parry system.
I think that is the parry system. Only the only
It just looked like a shield.
I think this time the parry system in Code Vein 2 doesn't. It will not make you invincible. It will not make you invincible. You just have to time your parries and. I don't know.
I think the parry could still possibly be the same as how it is in this game, but they're just giving us an option to use the shield. It might, if anything, it could just be like a separate ability. Because remember, we're still probably gonna work with like blood codes. That's what it said. So maybe it's a specific blood code that allows you to use the shield or something. You know?
Yeah, from the little we learned, yes, blood codes will be a thing again. But
oh fuck! One shot. I killed him.
Yeah. Anyways, you tried again. What was it? Oh my god, these guys. Hang on, let me take care of these guys and get back to talking. You can join whenever, actually, because the party is still open.
You got them?
No, I'm still going, but the signal's still on. So.
I don't think I can join when you're fighting, though. Oh, I can.
No, yeah, you can. Oh, it's only when we're fighting the boss. I could use the help anyways.
So, yeah, exploration, I hope it's good exploration in the sense of like...
Oh yeah, one more thing that I would like that. Yeah, there's one more thing that I would like added. There's one more thing I would like added. Better rewards. Because especially if they ever add DLC. I hope they're not going to be as lackluster as Call of Duty 1's DLCs were.
Well, when you say better rewards, what I think of is when you fight a boss, that you get better weapons.
Yes, exactly.
I hope they add a lot more cool weapons. Because there are some pretty decent weapons in this game, but most of it is just reused animations and even like reused special attacks.
Like Louis' Enduring Crimson and Jack's Executioner.
Because like when you think of Elden Ring and the many weapons that game has, a lot of them have like unique special attacks on their own. You know, they all have some kind of quirk to them.
Yeah, like this big sword you have. This one is actually pretty unique. That one you have right now is actually pretty unique when you have like when you charge it.
Yeah, this is Selma's sword, but I think this one was just DLC. So that's one thing.
DLC or add-ons, I believe.
It's still DLC.
Yeah, or was it free? I don't remember.
I think it might have been.
Yeah, because
I think it was like in collaboration with God Eater 3.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Collaborations. I do like the collaborations that they did for the game, but at the same time, it's a little lackluster also.
Yeah. And that's one other thing too. Like that's kind of going a little ahead of ourselves right now, but if they do DLC for this sequel, I'm hoping that it's more expansive than this game's DLC was, because while it is kind of cool, at least for someone like me who hasn't really played the God Eater games until like fairly recently, like a year ago or so.
I haven't even finished playing God Eater 1.
Because the 3 bosses for the DLC, oh crap, are basically reskins of God Eater monsters.
That was interesting to me. I actually did not notice that.
I actually like learned it myself after like looking it up, because I've seen like other players talking about like how the monsters are reused. And after playing God Eater myself, I saw it as well, because the Blazing Knight is basically a boss from God Eater 1.
It's called Hellfire Knight, by the way.
God Eater Burst specifically. I forgot his name, but it basically fights the same way that does. Then the Ice Queen, I forgot her name too.
The Frozen Empress.
Yeah, her. She basically
yeah, but then that also just confirms that the connection with the two games, anyways. But which I'm all for. But,
slightly. I mean, part of it is also just maybe they were a little bit weak, and it was probably a little resource heavy. I can't hit her.
Yeah, she.
Oh, I was lagging. There was lag. Yeah, I died.
Oh god, I died. Anyways, I, I believe those were our initial thoughts so far. And that's our initial like predict hopes for the game so far. Or is there more that we want to see or stuff that we predict we'll see?
Well, I guess what we could say, at least for me specifically,
Yeah,
before
what's
I
up?
join your match again, because I'm having a hard time focusing.
It's just close though.
I am interested to see that
Hmm.
female character. I forgot what her name, what they said her name was. I'm blanking on so many things.
Yeah, I get what you mean, but yeah,
I
her.
am I am interested because they did say in like not pre-release. What the hell am I talking about? Basically, when they were giving more information from interviews, they were saying that she essentially saves you
Hmm.
because she splits that gold heart and basically puts it in your back, one of the pieces, and gets tied to you in that way.
Yeah,
The same way
so
that like EO saved us, at the start of the game.
only she didn't have to sacrifice a part of her body.
I mean, she technically sacrificed her full body for us in a way at the end of the game. But anyways, um,
Rest in peace. Anyways,
so I'm interested to see how that goes. I am interested to see the partner companions, how many there might be,
yeah,
whether or not
cause
they're
so
all
far
going to be
she's the only
different
soul.
from who we have. There is
Hmm.
one other character we saw in the trailer, and then there's another one that we saw like as a screenshot who looks a lot like Louis. Not gonna lie, but yeah, there's some partner characters that we can encounter,
Hmm.
and they've
Well,
been talking about how they're like working on the AI for them and basically gonna make them better.
oh yeah, that's actually one thing I wanted to ask you. Would you really say that the AI companions here in COVID one were like too passive, or were they just fine? Or
I would
because
think. I think it's complicated
yeah, because I'm kind of mixed, but yeah, because in my
because you can't
opinion,
really direct them to do anything. So that's one thing. They only just
yeah.
work on their own. I think if they give us an option to direct our companions in Code Vein 2, that would be fun. Because like we could tell them rush in, or we could tell them to hold back a bit, or something like that, or just to offer support. That could give more like freedom of play and such. Because in Code
Mm,
Vein 1, they just do really whatever. And in some
yeah,
cases, they kind of just hang around the back sometimes before they run in and attack.
yeah. But for my experience, in my opinion, having AI companions, it does make the game feel a little too easy, at least compared to other Souls games. Because I mean, I partly agree with this statement that I've been hearing that Code Vein 2 Code Vein might be too easy compared to other Souls games, and I kind of see where people are coming from, but the same that's one of the reasons why I started my series of my solo leveling arc, where I try to beat the whole game by myself with no AI partners, no partners in general. Which, oh my god, if you guys seen one of my live streams, I think you know the pain I went through. So because then that was as Dark Souls like as I'm able to get. So yeah, would you agree with that statement with the AI partners making this game a little too easy or no?
I think they make the game a little more easy because they do dodge perfectly almost every time, and you know they'll have
Yeah.
their own set amount of heals, and they can like revive you basically at any point in time. So they are a bit of a boon. However, it is still reliant on you, the player, to have to defeat the enemies as well, because they can't just kill them themselves. Which,
Yeah.
however you see that, is up to you. but
Mm.
I think they do offer a bit of an assistance for the player.
Yeah, which also leads me to my next comment, because after I watched the video that you sent me, where that because that guy made a mention that the AI partners in this game are too passive, which I kind of had to disagree. Because because from my experience, the only reason why they have been passive is because they were constantly getting hit by the opponent that
I
we're
mean,
facing.
true, if you're being super swarmed by a lot
Yeah,
of enemies, like when it's
yeah,
the Lost Invaders or something, then yeah, they're
yeah,
obviously focusing on the different enemy from you, possibly.
yeah, yeah.
But
But and despite that, and despite it all, they do a good job of reviving you when you go down.
because I do
So
know EO's best girl, obviously. I think she's like the best companion in my opinion. No
I
bias.
agree. I agree. I agree.
Because I mean, her skills are pretty awesome. What she has, and obviously she uses like the giant axe, and
Hmm.
she really does hit hard, and she does attack a lot. So I think saying that the AI from this game is a bit passive is like a little. I don't know how exactly they experienced it. So like for me, I never really experienced them being super passive or anything.
I agree with you. Cause yeah.
I do
But
hope.
go ahead.
Speaking of like the partners, I do hope they allow us to change their outfits too. Because you know how in this game, for the DLC, you were able to get like different outfits for all the companions in this one. You know,
Yes.
obviously you
Yeah.
had to like beat the boss with a specific score or whatever style or whatever. But
I remember I used to struggle with that,
I
but when I was still
I
playing on
do
the
I,
Xbox.
I do hope they allow us to like get costumes from exploration, like get cosmetics from exploration. I think that's something that would be enticing to do.
Yeah,
Obviously.
that's I agree. I would like to see that also.
um, I already talked about weapons. Weapons would be more fun to find in exploration as well, and as well
Oh,
as like with different bosses.
oh,
I
oh,
hope
oh,
the
oh.
bosses are well designed. I hope they're not like.
And not like
I hope they're not
the
too similar to the bosses in this game. I hope they have like a lot more variation as well with each other. I hope
I
there's a
mean
lot of variation between like the mooks, like the basic enemies,
hey,
because
hey, the invading executioner though. God damn.
because in this game there was a bit of a problem where many of like the basic enemies were just reskins. You know, they all had
Yeah,
a
they
lot of
were.
them used the broad
Yes,
blade. There was a lot of reskins of the giant, like the fat lady.
it was the fat
Um,
lady. I personally call her Big Mom or Big Bertha.
um, and there really wasn't just that much enemy variety at all, to be honest, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah, and one thing I hope like they add like a I don't know unexpected enemies like where they don't make it too obvious for like the players to see because
I hope what they do instead, like not just instead. I mean, I hope they also add like mini bosses or just like other separate bosses separate from the main story. The way that it is, like let us find those bosses in the exploration. I
oh
think that would
that
be
would be
fun.
so sick. That would be so sick
You know,
because
let
I'm not
let.
I mean yeah there are mini bosses in this game but they don't really like you know affect your pathway.
Well, well, I'm saying like when it comes to finding mini bosses, I'm saying off the beaten path. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
away from the
I get what you
main
mean.
story.
I get what you mean.
Because there are some things like that in this game, I guess, but they're also all just reskins. Because when you're going through the depths, they're all mostly just reskins.
Hmm. Yeah.
And a lot of the bosses that you fight, there's no secret bosses in this game. At least I don't think, right?
No, like I said,
No, there's no secret boss.
this game feels a little more linear. So yeah,
It's very linear.
Yeah, no matter what path you take, you'll always lead to the same area, and yeah, just like the the Argent Wolf Berserker in the White Cathedral, where it's like in the middle, it's like somewhere in the middle. It's the middle mini boss before you get to
It's a
like the
mid
real.
boss.
Yes, a mid boss. It's a
Speaking of the Sacred Cathedral of Blood or whatever it was called, I hope we don't get anything like that.
why is it too do you get
I
lost easily?
It is honestly one of the worst design maps out there because the map that we get on our mini map really doesn't help anything, and there's just long stretches of bridges to go through, and
Yeah.
everything looks the same. So it's really boring going through the whole area and just going on the same fucking bridges most of the time.
I
And
agree, and
then when it
there's
comes to
always
the
things.
missiles, they're so sparsed apart from each other that like you have to always go through that same landscape. Like at least make the journey there worthwhile. Like to make the journey back worthwhile and
Oh
not
wait, oh wait,
just a boring white zone.
wait. You're saying that the missiles are too far apart. You said.
I think some of them are a little too far apart
I mean,
in the game.
I think that is the point though, to make them far apart, to because
Yes, I get that. However, when it comes to the cathedral, it is a boring location to go through, and you fight a little too many enemies at the time, like as you're running through.
yeah,
Especially when there's like quite a few ambush zones in that area, and then like also the possibility of falling off because you can't really tell that you could possibly that you could fall off, that there's holes around the bridges.
that
So it's annoying. From when I played it, it was more
mhm,
annoying than it was fun to go through it.
yeah. I mean,
Especially on multiple playthroughs. On multiple playthroughs, it also got annoying because it just felt like a drag for no reason.
yeah. On my solo leveling arc, it wasn't like the worst thing in the world for me to experience, but I think the only worst part about that experience was the blood trials that I had to go through just to get by. Because oh my god, it was a whole. It was just one horde after another. In one specific area in the Cathedral of the Sacred Blood, where where you literally had to go through that path, but when you go through that path, you just activate the blood trial anyways. So you literally have to fight in order to get by.
Yeah,
It was painful,
yeah.
but which I'm not gonna lie, I relish the challenge. I relish the challenge. But at the same time, I kind of disagree with you. I think the missiles are placed just fine. Because at the same time,
No,
I do not want to be I do not want it to be too easy either. I do not.
obviously no. Don't make it too easy. I'm not saying like put a missile in every single area or put them too close together. What I'm saying, at least for that map itself,
Hmm.
because of how boring it is to go through it, the missiles being further apart just kind of adds insult to that injury. Because you're just going through the same white void. There's like barely much to really look at in the area. And then you're going through those same twists and turns that you were doing initially that you had already done like prior to that. So it's just not as fun to go through the whole map again in that sense. So the
I think
missiles
it's
being further apart from each other is what kind of like makes it boring. And remember, you have to also open a lot of the doors.
oh yeah
A lot of the
no,
doors are
okay
closed too.
okay
So that's
that, that
one
that
other
that
thing
that
too.
part I definitely agree with you. There was so many doors you really had to find another path in order to open those.
Yeah. So that kind of like is another thing that adds to it for the missiles to me.
Hmm.
But moving on from that, I guess like what did I want to say? Um, I do hope they still like put a lot of focus in the storytelling for the game, because that's one thing that I think Code Vein had going for it mostly. Like I
Hmm.
know obviously one of the things is like it's anime aesthetic and such, and that it has faster paced combat and such, but I hope its story is still engaging. Because I personally like the story for this game. I thought it was
Yeah, me
pretty
too.
good.
Me too.
There was some good character moments, a lot of good character development, like with Louis, with Yakumo, with Mia. Mia was definitely one of the best characters. Io is definitely one of the best characters. Um,
Jack and Eva. Jack and Eva. It was one of
Jack
the
and
more
Eva
heartwarming. It was one of the
were
most heartwarming.
pretty cool, but I think there could have been more done with them.
Yeah, I mean, in my
I
personal
do think
opinion, I feel like
another thing is that like I didn't have a problem with it. I think the memories of the lost is something that this game does really well because it's giving backstory to a lot of these characters
mhm.
that we they probably didn't like really have the time to put that in as like
Oh
cutscenes and
yeah.
such.
Oh yeah,
But
that's another thing I've been wondering, like will they bring back the concept of vestiges into this new sequel?
I don't think so.
Yeah, cause
Well, when you say the concept of vestiges, I'm assuming you mean like watching the memories of the lost. I think there could be a way for them to do it because look at how we're dealing with something. We're dealing with time, so maybe they
yeah.
could do a thing where there's a pocket of time where we see the memories of characters or something.
Oh
But
yeah.
like the whole thing with the vestiges was a thing only for the queen
Hmm.
and us being like the Queen Slayer and such. That was the only reason why we were seeing those memories. And I'm wondering if like that's just going to be anything that these remnants are going to have to deal with. That like the whole thing about how every time they die, they lose a piece of their memories and such. Because that was
Yeah,
something from this game, or at least the revenants in this game.
and another thing well, I think it's more like a little complaint that I have about the concept of vestiges. Because don't get me wrong, I like it, but it's honestly kind of boring just to see statues like constant without seeing much movement. Well, like at first I didn't when I first played through this game, I did not have much of a problem with it, but after looking back at it, I kind of it kind of got dull after a while, and I kind of hope that if they do bring back the concept of vestiges, that they give more life to the memories, because the last thing I want is to see like more like standing statues and
I think I'm going to disagree with you on that. I will agree and disagree because on multiple playthroughs, yeah, I think it's going to be a bit boring to watch those again because you've already seen them the last time. And I mean, if you want to watch them, you could always just go out of your way and watch them again by talking to EO. But I think on a first playthrough, they were fine because while it is going through their memories and its statues and such, I think a lot the voice performance is what carries most of it. And a lot of the
yeah.
voice, at least for me, I play in the Japanese dub because I really couldn't stand the English dub personally. That's just something that I have against like Bandai Namco games. A lot of their anime games, just for some reason, has poor direction. So a lot of characters just sound so stilted and lifeless to me. Whereas like the Japanese dub,
So you never played this game in English?
I played a little bit of it, and I just don't really like it.
Anyways, I think the point that I was trying
But
to make.
before you continue, let me finish my thought.
Go ahead.
Um, for me, listening with the Japanese dub put a lot more life into it for me because a lot of the performances were pretty good, and it is reliant on your imagination to imagine how these memories are going through or how they're like supposed to be visualized. But I do think they still did pretty decent in like showcasing the information that we needed to know. because I don't think we needed full-on cutscenes for them.
I mean,
Because
yeah.
it
I
was
mean,
cool. I think it was cool for us to be walking through and like seeing those moments as we're walking through. Because I think
I
if it
mean,
was just a cutscene, it wouldn't hit the same.
well, I mean, I don't. I'm not really specifically looking for like a cutscene in that. I just it's just I feel like for like the common person or like someone like not as observant as we are. I feel like they wouldn't really like know what's going on because everything is like the same color in those vestiges because they don't really they don't like I'm pretty sure for like uh
Not
I
necessarily, because the statues do have more of a gray texture to them. They are
yeah,
more
yeah.
visible
No,
than the
yeah.
background.
You're right. You're right. But I feel like when it comes to like
And
for most
another thing
people,
is too that like that's kind of the whole purpose of them not moving. The statues are meant to be there so that our center of attention is solely directly on that scene that they're showing what like where the statues are.
mm,
Because
I
if you were to have movement and if it's not like done right, I mean, you might miss some crucial information because you're seeing it from further away. You know.
yeah. I just wish I mean, I just wish I had a bit more color. I feel like I think I remember in my first initial playthrough, like I didn't think I caught on to like all the details when I first saw like all these vestiges and stuff. But like after my like second or third time, I think I got it all. But yeah, I think that's just the point I was trying to get. I just hope that they add like a more life to it, or at least more color to it. I don't know. I don't know what point I'm trying to make anymore. I think it's just something I'm trying to get on my system.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. So yeah, then I think is that all that we want to say? Because I feel like there's a little more. I mean, can we talk about like the few bosses that we saw in the trailer? Like because I again I thought like that one looks like it came out of Elden Ring.
Which one?
The one in the last scene, and there was one.
The one that like jumps at you with a giant sword?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think he looks like I think his name is what was his name?
I don't
Margit?
remember. I don't
Margit
remember.
or something?
Yeah. Mm. And there was another boss that we saw that I don't know. It looks like a disgusting mutation of what was that boss from Elden Ring? I forgot the name of it, but I can see where they got the inspiration from. Oh my god, we're running out of stuff. We're running out of stuff to talk about, aren't we?
For now, there's probably gonna
Yeah,
be more stuff that'll come out soon
yeah,
as because the game's gonna come out next year.
yeah. So we got plenty of time. We can talk about this more into the future, guys. And uh, well, I don't know if you want to. I don't know if you want to go through this Tower of Trials together with me right now, or we want to save it for a later date, or we can just call it a video.
I think it's called right here.
Alrighty. Well, I guess that's our initial thoughts, guys. Yeah, all our thoughts and predictions and what we hope to see for the game. So leave a comment down below what you'd like to see on the game, also, and yeah, and your predictions. So shout out to my boy Nez here. So thank you so much for watching, and if you like this video and you haven't already, please hit the like button and subscribe for more. And yeah, let me know if you're just as hyped as for Code Vein as we are, because oh my god, I've been hoping for this for so long. And any closing statements?
6 years, 7 years, if you want to count when the game releases.
Oh,
That's how long
six
we've been
years.
waiting for. Six
Yeah.
to 7 years. It's insane.
Wait, yeah, when was this? When did this game come out? 2020?
2019
2019. Oh my god.
came out a year after God Eater 3.
God. Yeah, I didn't realize God Eater 3 was that young either.
Um, yeah, I mean, kinda.
Yeah.
It had a bit of post-launch stuff, so yeah.
Yeah. I was sleeping under a rock. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. And I'll see you all next time and take care of yourselves and each other. Peace.